Hello, this is Gary Croucher. I'm the division chief in charge of administration. We're going to go through today just some of the responsibilities, current actions, and things that the administration division's in charge of. I think first thing we need to do is just really look at our recent reorganization and what we've been up to. The Back in 2005, 2006, we had a third party independent auditor come in and look at our books and our audits that we do annually as required by law. And for 2 years in a row, the third party auditor recommended that we supply or put an additional person into finance. The fact that our finance person, Darylyn Odell, was overworked in regards to the quantity of work she was able to accomplish, and the fact that in order to have the correct checks and balances, that we move forward with trying to hire an additional finance person. In August of 2007, we hired a finance analyst, and within about 6 months, the position really didn't work out as far as being able to make that a permanent position doing our things to assist with finance the way that the auditor recommended. So we left that position vacant for an additional 6 months, knowing that we were moving forward with a consolidation with East County Fire. So rather than to hire a position and then have two positions there and not knowing what it would support or not, we went ahead and left it vacant. And then July 1st of 2008, we actually consolidated with East County Fire, which brought across their finance person. With the finance person, even though they were doing the work of East County, we went ahead and eliminated the additional position that was created. So we actually lost a position at the time of consolidation. We also gained an additional 18 suppression personnel, which was a 22% increase. Two additional facilities, which was a 33% increase. 8 additional apparatus, which was a 20% increase. But like I said, we pretty much looked at some of the other positions which were eliminated, which was the finance position previously stated, eliminated a part-time EMS, eliminated the fire chief, and then in September, due to financial restraints, we also eliminated the part-time receptionist. But so we really had an increase in the amount of administrative services we were supplying with quantity of people and what we were doing, supporting the different areas. But we had a reduction in the amount of personnel we had in support services or administrative services. Our current staffing that we have in place is a division chief that oversees all of the administrative processes, and we'll go into some of those points later. But we have a division chief, and I've been in the position for 3.5 years. A business services manager, which is Darylyn Odell, who's been in the position for 24 years and really evolved within the organization with that. Amy Wrightson is the administrative specialist that's in charge of human resources, and she's been there for 20 years. And then Liz Dibb for 2.5 years. She's assisting finance, and she is the one that came over from East County Fire. Our secretary position is Nancy Roos. She's been within the organization for 10 years and really does a lot more than just secretarial duties. She's basically the fire chief's secretary, takes care of all of his calendaring, does a lot of the things for the other divisions as far as records retention and document oversight and those kind of things. Areas of responsibility. You can look at the fact that the administrative division really supports the entire organization. It's the foundation. Basically, everything that goes through the organization goes through admin at some point. We're servant leadership. Really, we look at it as we're here to serve all of the divisions. We're here to serve the board of directors. We're here to serve the firefighters, but it goes all the way down to the citizens of the district. So really, the responsibility of admin is to support the rest of the groups. And we really do that, as it shows on the bottom, through planning, communications, and teamwork. Finance, I think, is the biggest portion of working in the areas of support to the floor. The largest portion of the work we do is to support labor. We support labor, not only through the day-to-day finances, but also benefit administration, hiring, layoffs or retirements, all those kind of things. But you can see the payroll, purchasing, all the different things that finance really is involved with and is responsible for. Audits, one of the things there is not only do we do the district audit, but they also do the audits for the grants that we work on, both internal and the ones that are done for the regional. Human resources is key to being able to work with all the different areas, but I think the fact that we have over 100 full-time employees to support, in addition to 40 reserves, 20 explorers and volunteers, that it doesn't matter if it's a full-time person or an explorer or reserve. We still need to track a lot of their information and move forward with it. We track all the pre-hire, recruitment, all the way to the post-employment, which includes spouses and dependents. So realistically, it's over 200 employees, positions, and spouses and personnel. The personnel files, not only the access, but also the annual performance reviews, DMV pull notices, respiratory fit test, licenses and certificates, the benefit administrators, all these kind of things, as you start to look at it, is covered within the human resources part of it. Workers' comp is a very large part of it, but that uncovers the documentation, the education, the recommendations, the long-term issues, trends, and those kind of things. We also do the disciplinary and awards and recognition. We do the documentation of discipline, the research, the investigations, those kind of things, plus the appeals. Also make sure we're following AB 220 and any of the required training that we have. The wellness program, not only do we follow the contract administration and program analysis, we also move forward with the actual data analysis later in regards to what's going on. But the employee assistance program we do, which is a lot of different things in that area. Oh, let me go back there real quick. The Focus Dr. Marvin, he supplies a lot of our different things, but also the employee families, critical stress debriefing, money, health, those kind of things. We have the ability to ensure that the individuals have a good mental health as including the physical health. The secretarial, although she does do the receptionist duties, it includes incoming and outgoing mail, chief's documents, board secretaries, fire prevention, and records management. Really steps up above and beyond what a normal secretary would do. And the loss that we had within that part-time receptionist really affects the ability of Nancy to move forward and do extra things that she normally that needs to get away from the desk or answer the phones and those kind of things, which is unfortunate, but especially at such a low cost of what the temporary or part-time receptionist was. But we've eliminated that position for now, and we'll move forward once we're able to get into a better financial situation. Governance, that's one of the things that the division chief myself gets to work on, which is the strategic plan and making sure it's a living document and not just a book sitting up on the wall. We need to make sure that we're reviewing it daily. We have all the divisions provide quarterly reports to it, and we compare it against our benchmarks and our trigger points. Are we meeting them? Are the people looking at the mission statement, and are we living up to that mission statement, our value statements, and things like that. But the board policy manual, working with the board of directors to ensure it's up to date and accurate, whether it be reserve level balances, whether it be the way they're conducting business, those types of things. But the rules and regs, policies, procedures, all of those kind of things falls under the governance. We are currently reviewing our policy and procedures and standard operating guidelines and trying to get them to fall under one document. And we should have that done, we hope, by the first week within June, and be able to go from there.